Big 12 Sound Roundup.
Check 1, 2.
The best bites, cheap shots, and excuses from Saturday's post-game news conferences.
All right, welcome back. It is your 1st and 12. Happy Sunday to you. Happy shopping. This program brought to you courtesy of the folks at Macy's Grocery Store. Happy shopping. Mitch Harper, Alex Kirry. Happy Sunday morning. Mitch, we were just having a discussion off the air about whether or not you think BYU is going to get ranked. We'll talk about that next hour as well. We've got tons to jump into here. The Sound Roundup, of course, means we're going to give you our favorite little tidbits from across the conference. Firing things off first with the Utah win over Oklahoma State. And, of course, Mike Gundy had to backhand compliment the people that just beat the absolute dirt out of him and his team. Take a listen.
I think that they're pretty good on defense. They just play better than what you think they should. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have a good culture. They do a good job. Their coaches are good. And, sometimes you all been to our games when we played, like, teams that are really, like, talented. Like you watch them, you're like, wow, those guys are freaking. And then, so the way they play is first time we played them. The way they play, they don't take your breath away. They just play really good.
Not as fun for Mike Gundy in a post-game press conference after a loss compared to his Monday presser where he's fixing the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, y'all hear that? You guys hear that?
Something's going wrong with that compressor. Throw that thing out.
I know y'all can't hear me right now, so let's go fix that.
Yeah, I love they did that. But Mike Gundy, man, he would, like, doing everything he can to not compliment basically one of the worst beatdowns that his team has had in a long time. I mean, Utah, they're not real talented. They just play pretty good. It's like, yeah, they played better than any team that's played you on the defensive side of the ball in a long, long, long time.
And what's worrisome for Oklahoma State is that you're going to probably have to play Isaac Wilson another 3 years. And if there was a time to get Isaac Wilson, it's now. I mean, you had everything in front of you, Oklahoma State. You were at home. You had a young quarterback that was really his first real hostile environment. I know Utah State was fired up last week, but, I mean, this was a intense crowd. I mean, the humidity was off the charts. The weather, I mean, it was, checking in around 120 degrees on the field?
No, the field was like 130. It was It was legitimately 99 degrees at kickoff, and it didn't relinquish the whole game. It was a hot environment. That's supposed to be to your favor, by the way. And Utah came in there and still won that ball game, and Mike Gundy doesn't want to give him credit. That's fine.
Gundy, blown opportunity, man. And again, I have my concerns long term about Oklahoma State because their recruiting is trending backwards, and I love Gundy, how he just kind of, he'll say what's on his mind, and I love that about him. But at the same time, you got to produce because now that Oklahoma's gone, now that Texas is gone, nothing's holding you back. Like, you got to step it up, and they missed the opportunity, and Utah just handled them and said, hey, we're the top dog right now in the Big 12. Sonny Dykes, he felt like he was the top of the Big 12 a couple years ago when they were in the college football playoff, but now he's struggling, and they gave up 66 points to SMU. This was Coach Dykes on the Hill in Dallas after the loss to SMU.
Well, obviously a bad night tonight. Everything that could kind of go wrong went wrong. I think we're all a little surprised because I think we had a really good week of practice. Felt like our team played well last week against Central Florida. Didn't finish the game, but thought we would really play well this week, and just never got going. Got off to a bad start. Got to give SMU a ton of credit. They thought their guys really played hard. They were ready to play. Excited about the game. I think for whatever reason, we probably came out a little flat. Looked like early.
Not a good look for the coach. He's coached at both of these schools. It's not good to lose in that game. That is the kind of a quasi, rivalry game, whatever they play for.
Iron skillet.
The fajita skillet at Chili's on a Tuesday night. Yeah, so Sonny Dykes. Yeah, Coach Dykes is not in a good spot. And, by the way, he did not mention the fact that he got thrown out of the game. He got 2 unsportsmanlike conducts. You don't see that very often. That type of meltdown is the kind of stuff that your fan base goes, what is our coach doing? Speaking of what our coach is doing, how about Coach Prime and what they're doing there at Colorado? They have improved to 3-1 on the season after an absolute wild game. That one might be the more wild game that we've seen in the entire conference all weekend after a weekend of crazy games. Here's what Prime said.
I don't like how it played out, but I love the results. I think we're so much better than what we're showing you at times. We keep showing you glimpses of running game. We show you glimpses of us playing hard-nosed, tough football defensively. We show you we can throw the ball all around, and then we just stall for a series of two and surrender something foolishly. But I'm pleased. I'm thankful. One step closer to getting Miss Peggy to a bowl game, so I'm really proud of that.
The ground attack from Colorado, Coach Prime, I didn't see much of it. 42 carries for 91 yards, but
he's talking about the glimpses maybe at practice or something. He's like, we got glimpses at practice. We throw the ball. Look, we throw the ball all over the place. He had to make sure and throw that in. Listen, they had to have an insane Hail Mary, and then I could hear yakety sax in the background as Baylor fumbled that ball in overtime and gave it up. It was just such a bad job by Baylor to blow that one, as much as it was Colorado winning that game. So
Shedeur is brilliant though, and he goes for 341. Travis Hunter just is doing things that we've just never seen before in college football. 7 catches, 130 yards, played every snap on defense. He is the best player in college football, and that's what no question. I don't think there's any debate. Travis Hunter is the best, and he resides in the Big 12, and I think that's what Coach Prime honestly should just talk about every single week, because Travis Hunter is just the man. Don't talk about your running game, because that's non-existent. That's not there. Travis Hunter, though, is remarkable.
He does like to talk a lot about Travis and Shedeur, but yes, after that one. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Our next hour, we'll have a full game breakdown for BYU and their big win over Kansas State. You'll hear the post-game press conference from Coach Kyle Whittingham and their win at Oklahoma State. The two biggest teams here locally get 2 giant wins over the weekend. We've got more to cover right here. It's 1st and 12. Happy Sunday morning to you. Mitch Harper, Alex Kirry right here on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone and on KSL News Radio.